Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good, and we love talking about Meritan. We're honored to be joined by Tammy Pierce. She's the Associate Vice President of Development at Meritan. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
Doing well. Get to talk all about the good efforts that you all do for a long time, over 60 years. So give us a little bit of history lesson for Meritan.
Well, Meritan started actually in 1961. We were known as Senior Citizens Services. We started as a group of churches got together to look for community events and things for seniors in the community to do. And over the years, we expanded our services. We have been asked by the state to expand services. We do in-home services for low-income disabled, foster care for special needs children in 4 states. We also do job training, on-the-job training, and career services for low-income seniors aged 55 and older that want to get back into the workplace. And then we also are doing homebound vaccinations for people that are homebound that can't get out to get the flu or the COVID vaccine. We will go to them, covering over 2,800 square miles in West Tennessee, and give them and their caregivers the COVID and the flu vaccine. And we also are very proud to be a member of the Coordinated Response to Elder Abuse in Memphis, where we work with the local law enforcement and serve people who are victims of elder abuse.
Yeah, you do so much. And so let's kind of take those in threads. And when you talk about the in-home services, dive in a little deeper on how that works with your team. And obviously, like you mentioned, the flu and COVID vaccine going to them, which is so important where transportation is a barrier, you're making it very easy. So talk about the in-home services.
In-home services are for the most vulnerable of our population. They're going to be low income and homebound. It could be elderly or people living with the effects of disabilities. So we go in and help them do light house cleaning, make sure their hygiene is up to par, grocery shopping, errand running for them, to make sure that the purpose is to keep them living in their home longer than going into a long-term care facility. So they can live independently longer. So we provide these light services in their home for them at no cost to the low income.
Give us some of the stats, the numbers in terms of the individual served. When you talk about the COVID and the flu vaccines, give us some of the numbers you look at.
Last year, we served over 600 individuals in the Mid-South. Approximately 300 of those are going to be the low-income homebound. We're constantly, our elder abuse services sadly has increased since the community and society has begun to open back up from the pandemic. We are seeing a higher number on that we don't like to see, but we are. Our children, we serve them in 4 states. Our foster kids, we are able to give foster children through our services scholarships to college. The ones that want to go on, we will offer college scholarships to them.
When you look at CREA, let's go ahead and jump in on that one, the Coordinated Response to Elder Abuse. That's a very collaborative effort. So talk about how that works.
Well, when we receive a call from a family safety center, we will have an RN within 2 hours or an MD doing a medical assessment on the potential client. We work very closely with the district attorney's office, Memphis Police, Memphis Fire, and remove them if need be, if we feel that it needs to be done, remove them and we'll place them in emergency housing for 30 days. We will buy their clothes, buy their medications, do what we need to do to get them in a safe environment. Usually the RN within 2 hours, we'll do a medical assessment. We will provide the medical doctor. We have a physician we work very closely with and his staff. They will come out, do a medical assessment and make sure that they're in a safe environment for the long term.
Give us some of the different partners that you work with that's a part of CREA.
The Community Legal Center, Memphis Fire Department, the District Attorney, Memphis Police, detectives at the Memphis Police Department, we work very closely with all of them.
Yeah, I think it's important for perspective. I mean, obviously you mentioned some of those before, but when you look at how wide the network is, it's very important. When you look at the foster care, you mentioned that. Go ahead and dive in a little deeper on the work with the kids.
Most of our children are special needs children. So they're going to be medically fragile or emotionally disabled children. We actually find the foster parents, we recruit foster parents, we do the training, we provide 24-hour a day, 7-day a week case management to support to them. With most of these children being special needs, that means they do have multiple physician visits a month. Keeping up with that, seeing, making sure their IEPs are covered at school, working with the courts. And so that is one of my favorite programs that we have done over the long run, because I have seen kids flourish and grow. Children that they said will probably never walk or talk, run around my office kicking a soccer ball.
That's awesome. How does that work with the training with the parents and the process for the foster parents?
Well, we will reach out to potential foster parents. We do community events to try to find new foster parents. And then they will go through an extensive screening, a home study, background check, and then they go through training. And they do have training once a month too. So it is continuous training with them to make sure that all the children's needs are being taken care of. I like to say we provide a home of refuge and healing to these children.
What are some of the things that you wish everyone knew around being a foster parent?
It is easy and it's not easy. It is easy to love a child. It is not easy to love a child. That being said, our children do have emotional issues and medical issues. And so they have to really love what they do and willing to go beyond the needs of the child, because the needs of the child will be taking care of the physical, but they need to provide that emotional bond too.
What does success look like? And obviously it's different for each element that we've talked about, but when you look at what success means to Meritan, what does success look like?
Success looks like that we've assisted a person to live as independently as possible, that we provided compassionate care, and that we continue to provide any services they need to allow that independence in their life.
One of the programs for the holidays is called Silver Bells. And so talk about the importance of this program.
Silver Bells is a fun event for any church group, family group, school. I love it. It is similar to an angel tree, but our Silver Bells are our clients and that receive our in-home services that are homebound, low income, disabled, or elderly. So they're living with the effects of disabilities and age. And they are low income. Many of them would not have any Christmas gifts at all if it wasn't for our amazing donors who choose a Silver Bell. Since COVID, we've gone virtual with it. So we used to actually have a tree you could come choose, but with COVID, we wanted to protect everybody's health. And so we have a virtual sign-up list. So people scroll through the list, they choose that they see the person's name and an ID code and a wish list of things. The wish list sadly contains things like blankets and towels and robes and socks. The most wishful thing I saw last year, which after all these years touched my heart, a gentleman asked for a dozen red roses for his wife.
Wow.
That was the one that really, when I was building the list, just had me in tears, because that's the first time I'd seen something like that, a dozen red roses for his wife. So I love participating in Silver Bells. Even before I was at Meritan, doing what I do now, I participated in Silver Bells. It is an amazing opportunity to make a memory with the child while teaching them the gift of giving at the holidays. And my daughter has, since she was 2, we pick a Silver Bell and I take her shopping. She uses her own money to choose the gifts for her Silver Bell. And then we wrap it up and we put the Silver Bell's name and ID code on it, and we leave it at the office and our staff deliver them.
What does it mean for you as a parent, but for her growing up, and the spirit of generosity, of giving? And like you said, she uses her money. So what does it mean to her to participate and to be able to, help others, especially growing up at a young age?
She actually enjoys it. She looks forward to it. She looks forward to picking her Silver Bell. Last year's Silver Bell asked for a radio. and some washcloths. So I took her to, now she's 13 now, so she was 12 at the time. I took her to Walmart to just pick a little radio out, and she ended up buying a very expensive for a 13 or 12-year-old girl boom box with a CD player and a radio. And she said, no, Mom, she needs this with big speakers so she can listen well. And so she was very excited for that. She puts a little card in it, talks about herself, what she enjoys to do, and that she hopes she has a Merry Christmas and enjoys the gift.
Talk about timing for Silver Bells.
Silver Bells, we just opened the website and sent out the first marketing material on it the other day. And so it is on the list. You can go to Meritan.org. You can choose your Silver Bell. The only thing we ask is that we have all the gifts back by December 9th. So the following week, our staff can start delivering them to all the clients.
When you look at other opportunities throughout the year to get involved, give us a little teaser on some of the other opportunities to participate and support your efforts.
We do have a senior letter writing campaign for our homebound that we just began during COVID, when everybody was stuck at home and didn't want to go out in fear of catching that. And so we have a list of people. They can contact me, and I will, they can tell me I want male or female or how many I want, and they can write letters to them and deliver the letters to our Meritan office with the individual's code and first name, and our staff will deliver those letters, cards, drawings, whatever to the clients that are homebound.
When you look at the letters and even Silver Bells, what are some of the testimonials that come back? Because as you alluded to, in many cases, they would not otherwise get a gift. And to have the connection, and like you said with your daughter, where she kind of writes a personal note where you get to build a little bit of a relationship, what's the feedback from the individuals?
Our clients absolutely love it. They feel, they may get the gifts a week or two before Christmas because of the logistics of it all. But most of them that I have talked to refuse to open till Christmas Day because that's the only gifts they're going to get. And they want something to open Christmas Day. It makes them feel that they're worthy. It makes them feel that they're loved when they're living home alone, or, their caregivers may not be local. So it feels like I'm worthy, I'm loved, and someone cares about me.
How has this work changed you? I mean, obviously the relationship with your daughter and Silver Bells, that's a really cool bonding, experience right there. But how has all of this changed you and your perspective?
Changed me. It has made me volunteer more, to the point that I've had to learn to say no because I was over volunteering and over committing myself. But when someone says, hey, we need someone to step up to the plate and do this, I'm there. My volunteer services, outside of Meritan was overwhelming at one point. And, but it makes me realize how hard it is to find someone willing to do that, to get out of their comfort box and help others instead of their day-to-day life of going to work, coming home, running children places. There's more to it. That being said, I don't even watch TV anymore. I can't tell you what TV show is on because I don't have time to watch TV. But I'd rather be out helping children. I personally volunteer with a lot of children or coaching sports volunteer. And so seeing these children age and now be in high school, playing high school ball, I'm going to go watch them play. And so seeing the relationship I have built just through volunteering, through sports, has, I have made some very good friends. I have some, I say they're my girls, they're not my daughters, but they are still my girls. And so watching them grow in something that they love it just gives me chill bumps right now talking about it.
That's awesome. So give me one more thing that you wish everyone knew about Meritan.
We are an amazing agency. Meritan, our mission is to improve well-being and promote independence throughout life stages with quality and compassion. And every year we help over 1,600 individuals just in the Mid-South. We may not be one of the big ones you hear about every day, but our services bridge the gaps and fill the gaps that are not being done. And so to help the most vulnerable in the population on the little things people don't realize need to be done. That's why I've been here 22 years. It's worth every day, waking up, coming to work, and completely enjoying what I do.
Well, the last question is always the easiest. Where do we go to learn more? You mentioned it before, but go ahead and mention it again. The website, social media, phone number, your email. Where do we go to learn more about Meritan?
Learn more at Meritan.org, Meritan.org. Our phone number is 901-766-0600. You can email me at Tammy Pierce at Meritan.org. That's TammyPierce at Meritan.org. And if you have any questions, just feel free to email, call, or check out the website.
Well, Tammy, greatly appreciate all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.